Hey guys, we're super excited to be here at the LA Fit Expo. It's our third year in a row. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be launching the Tasty Pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs. And we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods, Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, 2021. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's Recap Wednesday, and we're here to talk about the Pittsburgh Pro. So let's not waste any time getting down to business. I know that we normally start off by recapping the men, but hey, we're flipping the switch today because I want to start with the women's side of things first. And just in case you've been living under a rock, last weekend was historic in the sense that it marked the beginning of the wellness division era. And when the dust finally did settle, Angela Borghese secured herself a place in history and an Olympia qualification by becoming the first athlete in the history to win a wellness show on an IFBB stage. So congratulations to her. In the bikini division, it was business as usual for Ashley Kaltwasser as she strolled into town and dominated on her way to collecting her second win of the season. And in figure, Maria Diaz returned to the winner's circle once again after bringing in the best look of her career. Now on to the men's side of things, the biggest headlines being the return of Kyron Holden and his victory in the men's physique division. He dominated this lineup from wire to wire and probably established himself as the number 2 man in the division with his performance, at least for right now. The other big winner on the men's side of things was Divine Wilson in Classic Physique, who looked phenomenal in his season debut. It was a huge performance by him here in what turned out to be a surprisingly deep lineup. Even though we only had one show to recap from last weekend, we do have another big one on the books for this weekend at the Indy Pro. And luckily for you guys, we have the official roster on hand so we can give you a quick preview of what to expect. In the men's open, we'll be seeing Blessing Owabadu make his pro debut, which is exciting for a lot of different reasons. Some of the other big names in this lineup include our pre-show favorite Justin Rodriguez, along with Dwayne Walker, Dorian Haywood, and Morgan Asti, who might be the biggest man on the stage. And I wouldn't sleep on Sean Smith as a potential top 3 threat here as well. He looks pretty nutty. The 212 division looks like it should be a 3-horse race between a top 10 Olympian in Derek Oslin, last year's winner Noah Adami, and the new and improved Samir Trudy, who will be competing for the first time in over a year. And if you're looking for 2 more names to round out a potential top 5, Sahar Kazis and Justin Randall feel like 2 worthy names to keep in mind. So we covered last weekend, we previewed next weekend, and now we're jumping ahead to 2 weeks from now because people are telling me that's when Cam Harris is planning to make his season debut. As far as I know, Cam hasn't gone on the record to say which show he's competing at. But based on the schedule, he only really has 2 options. It's either the City Limits Pro or the New York Pro. And unless Ray Edmonds decides to jump into one of these shows, Cam comes into either one of them as the top-ranked athlete on paper. Finishing 3rd at the Olympia last year put his name on everyone's radar, which can be a gift and it can be a curse. But if he does end up scoring another win, I think it does keep him right there on the same tier as Kyron Holden, Ray Edmonds, and some of the other guys as top-tier title contenders. And finally, since we're already covered a bunch of stuff for the next 2 weeks, I figured why not whip out our crystal ball to see if we can look into the future to see if there might be any shreds of truth to the Dana Linn Bailey comeback rumors that have been, well, circulating around the internet lately. Now, just to be clear, these are just rumors. I'm not reporting this, I'm not going on the record, and I'm not saying that a friend of a friend told me that it was true. All I'm saying is that there are some people out there who seem to think that the first ever women's physique Olympia champ might, which is a key word here, be thinking about competing again. Well, now whether or not she wants to compete in physique or in some other division really isn't clear, but it is interesting. And regardless of whether or not she ever competes again, Dana will still be one of the most popular personalities in the business. So, having her back on the fold again would definitely deliver a lot of excitement. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.